What's good, Denver? It's Shelly Martinez, your host of Chopping It Up with Shelly at Hollywood Barbershop.
This is the barbershop. Barbershop. This is the barbershop. The place where a black man means so.
Let the bass blow. A hella release slope until the beat take control. Unveil a divide, digging to reach the depths of your soul. And penetrate it, concentrate until your conscience unfold. Feel the euphoria like fire leaking out from your pores. A barbed wire rap tied around the earth at its core. Breath full foresight, ready to really rehearsing these words, which I disperse throughout these lines that's pulling time in reverse. Okay, listen to my song, it's a vicious storm. Written, spitting poems, if they born, rip them up and throw them, rip them up again. With this pen, I need oxygen. It ain't safe to breathe, I'm on the edge like Indomitian. Making them all believe when I bleed. You feel a cold breeze, was raised up in the streets of the E. I'm a known beast, I made it out the game, by the way. And yeah, the old me was trapping in the A every day. Laying low key, I'm twisted like tornado. Blowing at every angle, fogging up the city like Seattle wanna say, but damn, I get a good vibe when I got loud, tucked in the cradle. Especially when it's winners at the table. Nigga, this the takeover. Come straight from the shoulders, bite like a cobra. When I blaze up, smoke blackout boat. Notice that I came up around the dopest soldiers. Smoking and toting Dracos, blowing it like volcano fatal. I'm traumatized by police committing homicide, spraying pesticide on you roaches till I'm energized. Minimize the fact that I'm black, yeah, that's a penalty. I'm mentally unstable, unable to show sympathy. Spent my whole life in a booth, getting loose. A lot of rappers tried to prevail, but chipped the tooth. Now I'm fixated with views and paying dues, and now the room look pixelated from potent fumes. Yeah, break it down and shake till I'm baked. A great tendency that the next breath that I take better break wind speed. You can brace yourself if you need to move swiftly. No matter what, I'm pressing my line to my mind, empty nigga. No way, no way. Let the bass blow. And hella maintain focus till your fortress is locked. I pay homage to the block where I broke my first knot. Okay, cracked my first pot, fucking up the dope spot. Dope spot, dope spot, dope spot.
Head-klap entertainment.
What's up, world? It's Dojamain, and right now, you were tuned into one of the dopest internet podcasts in the Mile High City. Yeah, it's Head-klap TV. How y'all doing out there in Wonderland? We got another dope show on the mound for each and every one of y'all that's tapped in. You already know I like to thank y'all and welcome y'all in. So look, y'all sit tight, let it rock. It's Head-klap Radio. Keep it live.
Welcome to the hottest internet podcast in the Mile High City. It's Head-klap Radio. Here's your host, Denverz Dojamain.
What's good, Denver? It's Chopping Up with Shelly over here at Hollywood's Barbershop. I have the one and the only, one of Denver's best, Dojamain, in the house tonight. Good. Hey, you know, Dojamain does the top 10 countdown for all the local rap scene here in Denver and does a really good job of keeping up on everybody and all that stuff. But you are also a rapper yourself, is that right?
I mean, I rap. I wouldn't call myself a rapper, but I do my thing.
He's a rapper.
I can get busy in the booth.
He is really good, actually. If we were to want to see some of your content, where would we find that at?
You can just go to YouTube and type Head-klap or Head-klap Radio, HEADKLAP RADIO, and you should be able to find myself, a bunch of my content. I'm also, on YouTube at Dojamain, DOJAMAIN. So just
That's good. What have you been up to lately? I know you do the top 10. How often are you doing that?
So I try to do it every other month and give artists time to build their content. Right now I'm working with my homeboy WAP. Shout out LMC WAP out of Chicago, Illinois. And we're actually counting down the top 10 Chicago underground videos right now. So I do my thing in Denver, but I also tend to branch out and try to do my thing with other cities as well. That's the goal in mind, to grow and build.
Okay.
You know.
Now, where's your studio at? Where you performing out of?
So I record at Denver Community Media, located on 21st and Arapahoe, downtown Denver. And, we got the whole studio, the podcast studio. All my content gets aired on broadcast television on channel 881, 56 and 57, Monday through Saturday at 10 p.m. You can catch the latest episodes of Head-klap TV.
Dope. Do you feel like sometimes you run out of content? Is it hard to come up with content, or everybody in the city is always creating, so it's pretty easy?
Yeah, no, the city kind of does the heavy lifting in the sense where the artists already have the content, and then I just put it together and format it to meet my brand and get it out there online.
That's what's up. So, right now, who should we be looking out for in the city that's getting a lot of hype?
Out here right now, I mean, you got a lot of artists, that are doing their thing. Top Heavy, L Green, Calvin Terrell. Calvin Terrell is actually the Blizzy Magazine Artist of the Month. A-Meezy, shout out A-Meezy. I think A-Meezy right now is probably my #1 artist out here. He's actually about to open up for Joyner Lucas on the 5th of October. So shout out to him. And there's a bunch of names I haven't mentioned, but shout out to everybody that's putting in work in the city right now.
That's what's up. What can we look forward to from you?
So right now I'm actually putting together a vacation to the south. I'm about to go southbound with this Head-klap thing, and I'm gonna be linking up with Mr. Lucci in Dallas, and I got some people out in Atlanta and Houston that I'm about to also get acquainted with, so I can start branching out to those cities as well. And so just be on the lookout for more content and me working with people from out of state.
Nice. Where did Head-klap TV start?
So Head-klap has always been the name of my, I guess you could say, entertainment business. I started my business when I was a teenager, right? But I didn't start actually doing the radio portion until I was like a junior in college. I started doing a radio show at MSU Denver. I worked for Met Media at the time, and we just got creative and started interviewing artists, and it just took off from there. And shoot, here we are about 4 years later, and I've probably interviewed 95% of the known artists out here in Denver, and I'm just working my way, through the city and trying to take that same format and transfer it over to another city like Chicago and get their underground popping, which it doesn't take a lot because Chicago's already pretty strong, but they don't have a Head-klap, until now. So I like to fancy myself as everybody needs a Head-klap because I'm the kind of guy in my brand where we take artists and we spotlight them, count down their music, give people incentive to go like and share and follow the artists. And so every city needs that. I feel like too many times artists are fighting for position within these local underground markets, and there's nobody out there who's actually interested in broadcasting the artists. Everybody's just trying to be a rapper. And so that's why I don't fancy myself as necessarily a rapper. I rap and I do have good music. However, I think there's just a bigger cause than just being an artist. We need people out here who represent the media side of things, and that's where we come in.
You're very similar in the way that you're trying to shine light on local artists and local, that's entertainment and things like that. As you know, my podcast is, to shine light on people of color, minority businesses and entrepreneurship. So it's important to do that, and shout out to you for doing that for as long as you have. I mean, otherwise, I don't know where this kind of information would get out there. It really helps the rap scene and all of the artists that are out here doing their thing, to kind of get a little bit of a platform, to create with. So
absolutely.
Where do you see Head-klap TV going in the future?
I see it going nationwide. If nothing else, if I can tap into some of these national markets and start getting these other cities popping, and get my name out there, I feel like sky's the limit as far as that. Of course, we would love to take this thing international and have a mega brand like a Def Jam or iHeartRadio or something like that. But for now, I'm happy with just, giving the local artists an opportunity to promote themselves to a broader audience, and also just giving them what I consider a resume builder for the work that they've put in. Because a lot of times when they come on my show, I interview them, I let them show their music, I get their life story, talk about their goals, and I just feel like it's what the city needs. It's what every city needs.
And what kind of projects are you working on your own personal?
So I'm actually getting ready to drop like I guess you could call it an album. I've been working on some music now for the last, I'll say, 3 years. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it all together. So y'all be on the lookout for that Oxygen, the album by yours truly. Putting together all the work that I've been putting in with the music for the last few years. I'm gonna go ahead and start distributing that just to, establish that credibility, since, I'm kind of like what you can call like a media expert when it comes to hip hop, at least as far as the hip hop that I'm exposed to. I mean, there's so many artists, there's no way you can know everyone, right? But basically using my rap to establish credibility, so when I have something to say about the music game, people know that I can back it up too.
Right, and you're very talented. I've heard
Thank
your
you.
stuff before, and I mean, in my opinion, I mean, you on the top.
Shoot,
I would have to put
don't-
you at number
yeah.
one every day. You know what I mean?
I don't put in
At least
enough
top
work,
10.
for the rap.
Yeah.
In the rap scene, you got to travel, you got to do tours, and I don't really invest in my music as much. But that's because I'm so busy building this platform, and that just gives me as much, satisfaction as it would if I was to be like a big rapper. I get satisfied with doing something different outside the box that not everybody in the city is doing. That's also bringing in the rappers and giving people, motivation to go harder every day. So,
Aside from being an artist yourself and providing a platform for other artists to be exposed, what other skills and talents do you have? So, like, I know that you do media stuff. Tell me a little bit about your background.
So I'm pretty savvy with filmography. I'm a videographer, and I also do production editing. So a lot of the content that I present is all me. When you see my After Effects and all my graphics, and I pride myself in film editing. As one of my major talents that's kind of unseen. I guess it's seen, no pun intended. It's seen, but it's not like something that I'm walking around promoting. But I do have that skill. And I think it's what's allowed me to be successful with my platform, because I'm able to do my own editing, and I don't have to like hire help and wait on people. I can film it, edit it, get it right out there to the people, and that's it's been like a self-made, talent, that our self-made platform due to my talents when it comes to filmography and film editing.
And you also host, don't you?
Oh yeah, I host events, I host shows. A lot of times when I do perform, it's usually when I host. So a lot of people know me as a host / rapper / podcaster. I kind of wear a few hats. I mean, ultimately it all falls under the entertainment umbrella. So I mean, I'm just a entertainment, kind of an underground entertainment mogul, if you want to call it that.
So would you consider being for hire, as far as
Absolutely.
all of those talents and skills that you do have?
Yeah, I don't fancy myself on doing like filmography as much, because I know a lot of people want their music videos done. I could do it, but that's not like something that I necessarily specialize in. I mean, I can cut up a dope video for anybody who wants one, but I try to focus more so on artist exposure, and getting people, putting other artists on everybody's radar. I feel like that's probably been the bread and butter of it all. And then, just the hosting is kind of a bonus, and then doing my own music, like I said, I do that to establish credibility.
Well, to be honest with you, I've known you for a while now, and I see you doing big things. And anytime any opportunity ever arises with me, you're first on my mind to collaborate.
Appreciate that.
And I mean, you do a lot of real professional work, and the graphics and all the media that you do put out there for your podcast are pretty good. So I mean, you have a lot to be proud of. Yeah.
It's quality over quantity. I try
Yeah.
to make sure that when I put out content, it looks good, it feels good, it feels like Head-klap. I kind of try to stay in my own lane with the way that I produce my content. And so, yeah, it's definitely rewarding to get it out there and get that feedback, and then get people like yourself who are interested in working with me to help me grow as well as you. And I like the work we've done in the past, and I always look forward to collaborating with Shelly, and chopping it up. So it's definitely an honor to be on the platform for sure.
Appreciate that. And I can't wait to be on your show.
Oh yeah, you already know that door's been wide open.
I mean, I have one little rap I made, but it's it's not going anywhere.
You're not a rapper. You know,
No.
you're effectively like a community activist, and you use your platform to spotlight, entrepreneurs in all industries. So I think that alone is enough to come on the show. And you already know I've been, wanting to work with you on that level. So we're gonna make it happen, and I'm glad we're able to make this happen.
Yeah, for sure. One other question I have is, how did you end up doing a countdown for Chicago?
So the countdown actually came about during the pandemic, because obviously, everything got shut down. The studio that I was working at Met Media got shut down right around the time that I was actually graduating from MSU. The pandemic hit, and so I was sitting at home, and I was like, well, I don't want to just go cold turkey and fall off the map here. So how can I find ways to stay relevant? And so I was like, man, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start counting down the top 10 rappers in the city and doing like a little broadcast here in my living room where I'm talking my shit and counting down the artists and going live and getting everybody a heads up on, hey, look at this, look at that. And it got good results, and I kind of evolved into doing versus battles during the pandemic, like the virtual versus battles where I would film, we'll be all on a Zoom, but we'll be like counting down the songs and showing the videos, and it got a lot of success and stuff. And I think that I kind of established a threshold during the pandemic because a lot of people were at home and had nothing better to do but scroll through their timelines, and I was feeding them with music every week, every day, and Facebook kind of changed since then, so where we were able to do those watch parties, man. Those watch parties really took me over the top because I was able to bring in audience just automatically by inviting people to watch the show, and then they took the watch parties out, and so now you got to boost all these reels, and you just got to know how to evolve with the technology, And so I feel like I've had my finger on the pulse of the social media technology in terms of how you can use it to build your audience. And so you got to stay vigilant because social media, their algorithms are continuously changing, and there's always new ways and different ways to still put out that content. And so I just boost them posts. I missed the watch parties, but at the same time it didn't stop nothing.
It's too bad that they took those away.
I know it, man. Facebook, y'all need to get it together with that.
So, hey, we're here at the barbershop, and one question I always ask everybody is, what does the barbershop mean to you?
Oh yeah, this culture. Barbershops, hair salons, it's the kind of like the environment of culture where culture lives. You go in there, you listen to some of the latest songs, you're getting your hair styled up, and the conversations you can have with your barber relative to your life and your everything, and I feel like barbershops have always represented like a hub for culture within a city, because I know a lot of folks come out to Colorado when they say it's kind of deprived of culture, but the barbershop always, leads you to the water when it comes to that. So I definitely value what the barbershop means and what it'll always mean in the community.
That's what's up. And anybody want to shout out?
Yeah, man, shout out to my barber. Shout out to my barber, Shelly. Y'all need to come down here and get you a do. Shelly do it all, man. She twists dreads, line you up. It's a one-stop shop. I definitely feel like this is one of the top hairdressers in the town. You know what I mean? Come on down here and get it done. Shout out to everybody out there on the grind that's gritting. I can name names, but I'll forget somebody, so I'm gonna just give a blanket statement. If you out there and you got your goal oriented, and you want to see, you actually ain't bullshitting, and you about your consistency. Shout out to you. Keep going. Don't get discouraged just because you didn't get enough likes or views. There's always ways around that. Invest in your success, by all means.
That's right. And you do also have another loctician that you can kind of sub out with, or you sub me with.
Yeah, Lady Lock, she's dope. She does a lot of the Broncos hair around the city, so y'all get up with Lady Lock too.
And what is her IG? Do you know that?
It's like LADY_LOC, Lady Lock. She'll get you right, but Shelly will get you right. So y'all swing by to Hollywood's and get up with your girl.
That's what's up. It was great to have you on the show, and I look forward to being on yours. And look forward to collaborating with you a lot in the future when opportunities arise.
Yeah.
So check out Head-klap TV. And once again, how can we find you?
Just get on there to social media, y'all. Denverz Dojamain. I'm the one and only DenVRZ. Denverz with a Z. Dojamain. Head-klap Head-klap Entertainment Radio TV. I spelled the TV kind of weird too. TEAVEE. But yeah, just get on my social media, and I'm gonna lead you to the rest, y'all.
That's what's up. Well, all right, Denver. Another one of Denver's best here, Dojamain in the house with Head-klap TV, and check his stuff out. And we will see you next time. All right, Denver.